How to make $500,000 your first year in wholesaling real estate. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick Zach Ginn here.
And in today's video, we're talking how to make your first $500,000 in wholesaling real estate. And it might seem like a scary number for your first year in wholesaling, but that's the honest truth. There's people out there, a lot of young people, a lot of people that are just getting started, maybe they're 30, 40, 50, 60, and they're getting $500K their first year because they are taking everything we implement and they are pushing it to the limit. So if you are a highly driven individual, ready not to just make $100K, but $500,000 in your first year, or maybe you're making $100K this year and you want to push it to $500,000, this is the video for you.
Completely doable.
It's completely doable, right? I mean, we're at 7 figures per year in this business. So guys, before we teach you the secrets, do me a big favor and smash that like button and subscribe, get the most free value from us, and let's get into it.
So first and foremost, understand there is only one of you. And even though you do it excellent, you are going to have to accept the fact you are going to need help. Now, don't panic. I'm not telling you to go out and get an office, sign a 5-year lease, and get buried and stuck in an office. Actually, it's the exact opposite. The best way to do it is just start out with VAs. And the best way is just start with one, give them tasks that are repetitive on the marketing side or the incoming lead side, and spell their plan out from A to Z, head to toe, just like you did when you were by yourself. And this will get you on your way to be able to scale to make up to $500,000 off of wholesaling.
It's the truth. I mean, you're going to need to get VAs when you're starting out. We recommend Upwork.com really if you want to go find some good VAs, but it's going to be really hard to make $500,000 as an individual. I can tell you it's possible, but it's going to be extremely difficult. I think the thing is with you and me, when we started out, when we made our first $1 million together as a real estate wholesaling operation, you have to provide value, right? Like, it wouldn't make sense if I made 500, then you made 500, and then we have $1 million operation. I would have to bring in like 700K in value, and you'd have to bring in 700K value to make it actually work. So it's a benefit, You want a partner or someone you add on to be a benefit. These VAs could be someone doing the cold calling for you, the SMS text blasting, your dispositions. From there, you're going to have to push the VAs hard and get it going. The one person we don't recommend for a VA would be an acquisitions manager. We recommend that person's going to be local and in person. Now, to make $500,000, we highly recommend you do it in your own local market. To have the best results, you're going to have to do that. Now, you can completely do this virtually. Like, we're not stopping you. We're not telling you you can't. But for a higher chance of success, and honestly, if you want to make it easier, having it in person is going to give you the best results. And I know we're going to get told, oh, Zach, I live in San Francisco. I live in Los Angeles. I live in Brooklyn. How do we do this? Now, if you're in those markets, you're probably going to have to go virtual. But if you're in like Richmond, Virginia, Knoxville, Tennessee, Dayton, Ohio, these are prime markets that you can absolutely dominate. I mean, I interviewed someone in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 500K their first year in person.
So the key is you want to hire people that are focused on market generating activities, income-based. You do not want to start with an acquisitions manager. And I hear this all the time, go get an acquisitions manager. Acquisitions actually is the highest skill set you can have in your company. And until you achieve a high level of success, it's the last part you need to outsource.
Yeah, I would tell you the first hire should always be for the cold calling, the marketing side. So now we have a team together. What are the other type of tactics we're going to need to get $500K our first year? So the most important thing to running a $500,000 per year operation for wholesaling real estate is going to be the marketing, right?
Hands down. Hands
down. So if you're going to be at this kind of volume, like you're just doing the math. If you're doing $20,000 deals, you're going to have to do over 20, 25, 30 deals. If that's your average margin, maybe you can push some high margin deals in there, but you're going to need a lot of volume. And if you want to do a good amount of volume for deals for wholesaling real estate, the most important thing is a high volume marketing. So we are going to have to ramp up your marketing insanely. And I hate to break it to you, if you want to make $500,000 in wholesaling real estate, you can learn it for free. Obviously, we teach it for free, but the marketing, it's going to be next to impossible to do it for free. I mean, you can go cold call, use truepeoplesearch.com, but you're going to have to pay for skip tracing.
You're going to have to pay some money, guys. There's no way around it.
Not for coaching, but for the actual list pulling and the
exactly.
marketing.
So once you get past your first 100K it's smart to take that money and invest it back in your company. The best place to start is in your marketing and then building your team for marketing activities. And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, high volume. So we're going to be going out here and pulling a massive amount of lists. Obviously, I recommend you pull the entire government lists, your water shutoffs, code violations, probates, IRS debt lien lists, credit card debt lien lists, tax lien, pre-foreclosures. And then you go to like listrei.com lists, high equity, pre-probates, vacants. Guys, the listrei.com lists are essential for us. And this kind of comes down to our next part, which are the marketing channels. You know, we're pulling like crazy. We're ready to go out here and do well, but what are the marketing channels that we need to actually run a pretty good operation? And this really brings down to honestly 3 or 4, you know. Now, number one for us, we're huge proponents of direct mail, and we teach it all at mailingmastery.com. Of course, we're huge direct mail people. That's where a majority of our deals come from. It's a little old school tactic, but I'm telling you, when you run a big operation, it's essential. It cuts down a lot of the time to the cold calling, the training of VAs. You don't really need VAs for direct mail. And then next here is cold calling. When you're doing a high volume, cold calling is essential. Use a dialer. It's going to help you out a lot. SMS text blasting, like smszach.com. That's a great one too. And then the next one here is really going to be sort of cold calling, but it's going to be different. Is I would implement in your local market a huge scaled up version of driving for dollars.
Definitely.
Now you might say drive for dollars is a cold calling lead. It is cold calling, but I call it 2 types of cold calling. You know, cold calling these government lists and cold calling these vacant properties and high equity lists, that's great. But cold calling a drawing for dollars list is going to be a sort of a separate part because you have a team for drawing for dollars, you got to pay them, and it's a little more complicated. So that's going to be the next part on there when it comes to scaling up. I would do a huge team for drawing for dollars. I know some of the best people in like Dallas, Fort Worth, for example, they have a scaled up during hundreds of deals per year just because they have 5 to 10 people drawing for dollars for them full time. What I can tell you right now is once we get the marketing channels going, you're going to have to pay a little bit of skip tracing. We like batch skip. Listrei.com is a great skip tracing service. Most likely when you're doing a high volume, you're going to have to pay for skip tracing. So use whatever skip tracing service you want. I would have to warn you, these people on Facebook or YouTube are relentless. Oh, I have TLO access for 4 cents each.
Everybody has access.
The Fiverr people, you're going to have to use a big company. I'm telling you, if it's under 8 cents for credit bureau data, it's 99% chance of scam.
Yeah, or you're going to be giving your leads away to somebody, some other investor, and you didn't even know it.
Or you're going to lose. You're literally going to lose your data or lose your money. You give it to someone in Pakistan, you're never going to get that money back, right?
Yeah.
Just a hint for you guys: if you have to do a Western Union order to pay for your skip tracing, it's not going to work. Okay, or in your coaching.
And guys, don't forget, I like to add bird dogs to your marketing channel, and all this is the art of working with people to bring you deals. And they get a referral fee. And remember, you can't pay them on the HUD, but you can pay them a marketing or consulting fee. Best way to do this is meetup groups in your area, any type of Facebook, Instagram, social media. Craigslist is what we used to use, but just doing that and working with it. Remember, you're now employing people to go out and help you find deals often overlooked. Take advantage of it.
Next part here is you're going to need a dispositions machine. I'll tell you right now, you're going to have to be cold calling cash sales. Listrei.com, Batch has this, use whatever one you want. What I could tell you is you're going to have to find these cash buyers and you're going to have to cold call the cash buyers list, right? Cash sales, these are the people that are buying the properties cash. Facebook's really good at freewholesaling.com. We kind of break down exactly how to find on Facebook really quick. If you want to scale up to $500,000 per year, you're going to need massive and high margin deals.
Without saying, here's the deal. When us as wholesalers, we don't have the luxury of picking the margin on the deals. No. So I've had deals as low as like 5,000 or 6,000, which I don't really do anymore. But then I have deals at 6 figures. And I don't know. I pick my areas, I pick my price points, and I go all in on it. And I pull it out. It doesn't mean I won't do a $5,000 or $6,000 deals. Guys, the bill's got to get paid. But I am hunting and strategically looking for high profit margin deals. And here's the really cool thing is the more deals you do in wholesaling, the more experienced you come. And when that deal hits your desk, you'll know exactly how to pull 6 figures out of it. Definitely. And remember, if you do one 6-figure deal, that puts you 20% right off the bat to your goal.
Definitely. I mean, just think about it. Like one $50,000 deal, it's like 10 $5,000 deals or $5,000, $10,000 deals. Like, you just keep adding those big ones. It's going to be pretty amazing, and it's going to give you a lot of great results. Guys, at the end of the day, if you want to make $500,000 per year, the biggest thing you have to change is your mindset. I know a lot of people, their mindset, hey, the most I can make in wholesaling is $100,000 per year, and that's what they do. Some people, they think they're going to make 10 million and then they end up making 50,000, you know, like there's some cases like that, but a lot of it's a mindset, you know, oh, I can only do $20,000 margins. You start pushing it. Like, we're getting more $100,000 deals now than we did ever. And honestly, between you and me, I think it's a mindset shift for us and our acquisitions people. So at the end of the day, it's a mindset shift.
Correct. So it's going to be a mix of quantity and quality. I've never seen someone kill it with just quantity, and I've never seen someone kill it with just quality, but you mix those two together and it is the perfect recipe for wholesaling.
So that's it, guys. That's how you make $500,000 per year in wholesaling real estate, guys. If you got any value out of this video, please smash that like button and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. Freewholesaling.com. That is where all the value that we teach, and that's basically our wholesaling mentorship. It's all free. So, guys, appreciate it. This is Zach Ginn signing out.
Rick Ginn signing out.
Have a blessed one. Thank you guys so much.
See you guys.